long didn't watch, quick review of the fake Vibram 5Fingers, not 5 fingers, but still barefoot style shoes. Very cheap on Amazon, the Saguaro, nobody knows how it's pronounced. Here's the quick rundown. First things first, price wise, around about £30 in the UK. Second important thing, not exactly Vibram 5Fingers. Obviously the Vibram 5Fingers having fingers in their toes, this one doesn't. But with that comes a lot of benefits. Grip wise on these, pretty thick lugs at the bottom of this, so being good for definitely trail running, and very light as well. Unlike my Vibrams, which have no insole to take out, these are effectively adjustable and washable because you can take the insole out. And then it becomes even more barefoot style. Very soft, very squishy, very foldable, easy to pack, very light. Definitely a barefoot running style shoe that anyone can buy. The quality of material is a little bit suspect. Definitely doesn't seem to be as high quality as the previous Vibrams that I've had. You can see some, maybe you can't see, some of the plastic fabric wearing off there. Additionally, the kind of tongue label is looking a bit fluffy going on there. But otherwise, for the price, what you're expecting, in comparison to Vibram, which maybe this one might have been £120 when it first came out, this one being around about £30. Big price difference. I'm happy with the drop in quality because it's only half the quality drop but for a quarter of the price. Going forward, this is the kind of shoe I will be recommending anybody that asks me that are thinking about getting into barefoot running. The previous ones, the very, very basic ones with their no grip, still around about £80–90, were a bit of a challenge. Getting your toes in as well, a bit of a challenge. You can wear these with socks if you want, and you can clean the inside. So it means that you can even use these as house slippers, which is what I've been using as well. So you can see they're nice bit muddy. We've been outside, we've been running in the rain, we've been skipping out in the gym, we've been doing workouts in the gym and running in mud as well. And I'm very happy with these. So on to the longer video. And to start the longer video, I'm thinking the title of this video should be something like why I'm never buying another pair of Vibram 5Fingers when you can get something so much cheaper and just as good. Almost. Well, kind of. Okay, from here we're going to go to when I first got these shoes. We're going to do the unboxing and I'll show you some of the kind of real life running that I've been doing in the rain, like Rocky. Bit fat, bit slow, up hills and on stones, on mud, a bit of skipping, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen me in the gym. And then we'll come back to here and I'll give my final thoughts. Today is the unboxing of a cheap brand, a fake brand of a Vibram not 5-finger shoes. So in other words, I do quite a lot of barefoot running, well, Vibram 5-finger running, barefoot style running. I've got the V-Trains, which I like them a lot. I've got the V-Runs, which I like them a lot lighter and a lot thinner. And I have the very original ones, which they've done so well. And I still use them even during wintertime. However, Vibram are incredibly expensive. If you buy off their website, their V-Runs are, hold on, really? These are £112. These are also £103 of British money there. So incredibly expensive for what seems to be a small light shoe. But there are alternatives. Going on Amazon looking for 5-finger shoes or barefoot running shoes. They came up with an alternative, which okay, the packaging doesn't quite work as well as the other stuff, and the packaging is just a plastic bag, so that's good. So these, I've seen these exact same ones in a couple of different names. So these ones are the Saguaro. Easy to pronounce. Saguaro. There's also like a Hitachi one or something, I can't remember, but it effectively seems to be the same company making the same shoes, putting on different names onto it. And these are not 5Finger shoes, but they're very close to it. So it must be that Vibram has the patent for having separate fingers, toes in there, and to copy almost everything. Like the grip on this one, look at that, is very much like one of the other Vibram shoes. Not like any that I've got. But this, price-wise, I got this for under £30. So I could buy 3.5 pairs, 3.5 sets of these for the price of one set of V-trains. So, with cheapness, are they 1/3 the quality, 1/3 the same? Let's find out. So first thing, these should be very easy to put on. So maybe if you're wanting to dip your toe into some barefoot. Ooh. Okay. Maybe if you're wanting to dip your toe into some barefoot running, these might be the ones to cheap. They've got a removable insole. Whatever is. Ooh, that's what I'm feeling. So they've got this has got kind of a rigidy, bumpy. Fun feeling insole, which you can take out and clean. You could always just do it. You could go hardcore, like the very first Vibrams that I ever had. These still are around about £70 if you want to buy them. These ones have no insole whatsoever. That's just straight onto that. So maybe you could go no sole. Ooh, you could, and it's even lighter. Ooh, right, okay. Okay, options here, liking that. So yeah, if you want to get even more light foot and closer to the ground, you can take the insoles out, but straight away, seems too big. I think I've got too big. I got 45, that's what I normally get for all my other Vibrams, but that's for me to fit my toes in, really. These are definitely looser feeling, so maybe I should have gone for a 44, but oh, and that's the other thing, I can do it with socks. I don't need to take my socks off. So normally, if I'm using my Vibram 5Fingers, I've never gone to the level of buying the Vibram 5Finger socks. But at the same time, when you go running, even in the cold, your feet warm up pretty quick. I've done running in the snow in the past, and your toes warm up. They don't go numb. But the fact that you can get insoles, which means if you get stinking feet, you can just replace the insoles. Straight away, comfy. Okay, boom. Now, build quality. Oh, wait a minute. These are... Okay, the last Vibrams I got, or I tried to get, were the V-Trails. And I had a nightmare with the quality control in there. I ended up going through 4 sets of V-Trails to try and get them, and they all failed. One right foot would be great, then the left foot would be terrible, and then it'd be the other foot in the next box that I got, and then the next one the stitching was bad, and the third one it was really hurting the plantar fascia of one of my feet and all that stuff. It was like left and right feet were never manufactured in the same shop kind of thing, or some of the stitching was falling apart, and some of the insole bit was rubbing against a certain part of the foot. And again, with you're doing barefoot running, you've got to admit, like, can't tell how long it's going to last, but the inside, the stitching looks pretty clean, and it's a very soft material. I'm going to go barefoot on this one. Very soft material. Yeah, definitely bigger. Definitely. Oh well, if I tighten it up, yeah, and I'll do this one, sock but with insole, and no sock with insole. Before I've even had a chance to use them, definitely got to recommend saying, if you are thinking about trying out barefoot running, these so far, in terms of comfort-wise, in terms of flexibility, that's the main thing as well. Like, that's a proper nice, squishy, soft shoe. And in terms of ease of use, so in other words, you don't have to worry about getting your toes in and all that kind of stuff. You can wear socks and all that kind of stuff. These are a great way to get yourself into barefoot running. So I'm going to try them out outside. Don't need to worry about the returns policy on these because they're only £30. So happy to try these out since they fit. They also look quite cool. I quite like their subtleness. They're not too showy. They're not too... Like all the Vibrams I've gone for have been fairly... That was about the most casual V-train that I could get. The V-runs as well, just went for the black and the very first one. So these actually, although probably a lot heavier, a lot more grip here. It's a very soft grip. So what you're probably not getting is Vibram's famous grip material. So Vibram puts a lot of money and effort into making really good rubber, and I would highly recommend it because this stuff, I've run over a lot of trail with this stuff and its material is fantastic. So maybe the long-term quality control of this may not be quite as good. It really has copied the logos and everything, haven't they? Wait, which one? Yeah, I see the V with their yellow or orange logos there. Logo there. It is very, very close to copyright issues here, intellectual property right issues here. But yeah, for £30, and you want to develop your forefoot running, these might not be too bad. Now, time to go for a run and see how it feels out on the road. Oh, final thoughts about these shoes. As I said at the start of this video, these are shoes that I would be recommending from now on to anybody who is thinking of getting into barefoot running, that recognise the benefits of barefoot running. These are a great way to get into it, to start into it. They are very soft, very squishy, but yet they've got enough padding so that if you're standing on any sharp rocks, you're not going to be suddenly jumping and hobbling away. Being able to take out the insole is fantastic. One, it means you can get closer to the ground. Two, it means you've got a little bit of size variance whenever you get the shoe. So if it's a bit too big, a bit too small, you can take this in or out. The fact that you can take this out and wash this means that your feet don't get stinking. The amount of times I've been running in these, and like you can see, they're nice and muddy there. But these, they've been in the wash. Okay, they don't smell just now, but hold on, maybe. No, they all smell good just now. I must have washed them before I did this video. But these get stinking because it is your bare feet in these, your toes get in there, and the type of running I do on trails in mud, lots of water getting stuck in, water and mud and grit getting stuck in between the toes, which is fun when you're out running, but it does make your shoes absolutely pong whenever you've been out running for a while. With these, the fact that I can take this out and these are still small and soft enough to go in the washing machine means everything can be cleaned nice and easy. And the fact, because you don't need to have your toes go into all these fingers, you can wear these with socks, which definitely benefits in having less of a stinking shoe after a while. So less stinking, easier to just get in and out of, comfortable, so I've been using them in the house. The other thing is you're not worried about toe size variances as well. No, that's probably not a sentence you've heard before. So in other words, with the 5 fingers you might be worried, hold on, for example, some people I know, their middle toe is bigger than their big toe. Will their feet fit in? And my toes get really small, so I've got little stubby, like pinky toes here, and they barely actually get into the toes at all. So they're like big toes in fine, the rest barely get in. And so there is a bit of like, is the shoe's the right size, but the toes are a bit wrong. Here, you don't need to worry about that at all. So you can just put them on, walk around the house, use them for a week or so with your socks on so they don't get stinking, and then go out running, no problem. I did go running barefoot with this, and I did find that the insole that's in there, you can see it's a wee bit bumpy. That's obviously to give it kind of grip. It's also got holes in it, so you can get ventilation through it as well. That was rubbing a little bit on my foot. My foot wasn't used to that material, so I did then do without the insole, and it was just fine. But the shoe felt a little bit bigger, so there is a little bit of a size difference there. But you're talking money-wise, you can buy 4 of these for the price of 1 of these. 4 pairs of these, I should say, for the price of one pair of these. So yeah, I definitely think going forward, I'm not going to be spending, especially in this financial crackdown that we're all in these days, I'm not going to be spending £100 plus on Vibram 5Fingers when you can get something for £30, £35 I think I saw, I bought it for. Prices might change. Yeah, the material may be a wee bit, peeling off at the edges, the plastic may be peeling off the edges, but for, depending on the amount of running you're going to be doing, the difficult amount of terrain that you're going to be doing, and the ease of use that these are an absolute value for money super win. They do come under different names, and I'll put a link to them below, but they're all effectively exactly the same shoe, just different branding going on. But yeah, here on in, I can't see myself buying another. Like, the cool thing about Vibram 5Fingers, they've got cool patterns. I like these patterns. This one's highly over-engineered, like hard plastic bits, silly straps going on and all that stuff. The Bakilas that I first thought, or the V-Runs, were probably my favourite. Again, cool patterns. I liked all that. Seemingly it's meant to be a good grip, the material at the bottom. And this one was a very light, very simple one. This one, a wee bit obviously heavier than this, but look at the grip. This is definitely more trail running shoe now going on here. But yeah, I just can't see the value of. I think this one was about £112. Can't see the value for that. So yeah, going forward, cheap fake ones. I could buy 4 of these a year, and it still wouldn't come up to the same price as my V trains. And they've worked absolutely perfectly. You're never going to buy 4 a year, so what's the point? But yeah, also if you need new slippers, if you need funky house slippers with a bit of grip so you don't stub your toes too hard, like I did yesterday in the kitchen off the fridge, that hurt a lot. If I had these, you've got a little bit of toe protection, nice. So get these, yeah. Very happy with these, cannot complain, 100% value for money, super duper. Not sponsored. Bye bye.